You want a more rounded picture. So we talk about the 3D approach, which becomes much more objective. Yeah. The subjectivity, try and take that as best you can. And there's ways to do that. As you said, be aware of the horns and halo effect, the unconscious bias. Try not to see the individual. Yeah, let's look at the CVs. Let's have a look at anything we can before we actually see them, because you can form that unconscious bias pretty quickly. So the 3D approach is objective. The CV still in there, has to be in there, and the job description's in there. Good quality job description.
Yeah, we just mentioned the job description as well.
Yeah.
3 key elements in there. You mentioned the eligibility, which sometimes can be seen on the CV. Suitability elements, which are more behavioural aspects of the role, and also the key performance indicators. So how do you know that person's actually going to do a good job?
So it's not just a job description, which is, here's some things I want you to do. It's starting to open up some other elements in there. So you've got a better measure, a bit more objectivity. So 3D approach, have the CV, have the job description, and you're comparing eligibility. You're comparing the fit with the job description on mainly eligibility factors, but some suitability as well, some behavioural factors. But again, that will still be subjective.
Yeah.
Where you bring in the objectivity is using the JSF, the job success formula, which is essentially built around the other factors in there. So what CV are we looking for? That's the job description, which is a good indication of the what and the how that you want, and how to measure that as well. And the JSF brings in an element of the how, the details of the behavioural preferences and tendencies for a very specific job role.
Yeah, I think that's the key as well. It is role specific.
Yeah.
It's benchmarked traits against the success factors within that role.
Yeah. So what do you mean by benchmark traits?
It basically, in the tool we use, Harrison Assessments, for our predictive analytics, which we've mentioned a couple of times in the previous videos. The job success factors, there's essentially the job success formulas. There's 6,500 job success formulas in the library. So we've got a library where we've got access to 6,500 jobs. And the beauty is that a lot of the work's been done on those templates, or those seeds, if you like, because it's benchmarked success factors. So what are the successful elements? What does it look like? What does success look like in terms of behaviours and preferences, etc., for that role? So they're just sitting there in the job success formula, proven to be. So if somebody has got similar traits to those JSFs, they're more likely to be successful in that role.
So if we threw in a couple of examples that we say, Chief Executive Officer, could we go into the Harrison Assessment tool and look for CEO and look for JSF? The answer is yes.
Absolutely.
There's one in there. So that would then say the factors for success or likely success in that particular position, behaviourally and behavioural tendencies, they would be listed. They would be measurable against the individual.
Absolutely. What you're looking for is you're looking for similar traits.
Yeah.
Because if those traits, based on real good objective data, they've been proven to be successful in that role. So what I'm trying to do is look for somebody who's similar to those, because we know what success looks like in those elements.
So, and these are at different levels in organisation. We talk about CEO, you can have HR directors, we can come down to operations management, we can come down to chief operating officer, and we come down to the junior levels of management too, and also lower elements of job success in different industries. So 6,500 job success formulas, and those success formulas, as Trevor said, they have the benchmark traits, which will most likely demonstrate or predict success in that particular role.
Absolutely. Yeah. And it's 3 key elements to it. Is you're looking at the essential traits, so those real strong areas that you're looking for people to be similar in those areas. The desirable traits, which are also important, but also the traits to avoid that you're not looking for at all. So you're trying to get them red flags.
Yeah.
So essential traits, desirable traits, and also the traits to avoid. That's what we're looking to measure.
So the 3D approach we're recommending is objective. Okay. There's a smart questionnaire, very simple 20-minute questionnaire to bring that objectivity. So you end up with, you've got your eligibility factors, your CV, your job description, but you've also now got some behavioural dynamics. You've got like a 3-dimensional picture. We've all got examples, okay? All got examples of. We've used the 2D approach. So we're operating on one plane. We can see certain elements of an individual, and we just kind of predict how they're going to operate in the live feed of a business. And it's not until you get them in there that you start to get that feedback. This JSF enables you to predict, okay? Predict, you've got 3 dimensions now, predict how they're most likely to behave in normal circumstances and under stress and pressure as well. So gives us a much broader 3D visualization of the individual.
And just to add, Lindsay, as well, that extra dimension of the JSF, it's also customizable. So we don't recommend, we have a starting point with the template, which is in the system, but say if you're looking at an HR manager in this role or this company might be a bit different to another company. So we make the tweaks and we'll get that relevant information again from the job description, etc.
And I think this is possible as well to put in some cultural fit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Two things you can do. You can build cultural elements in to the job success formulas, or you can actually measure them in parallel through something which we'll cover in another series, another video, where we look at behavioural competencies where you can align and map against organisational values. So that's another, I guess, whole topic in itself.
So that might be the 4D video then.
Yeah, the fourth dimension, yeah.
Okay.